In 2023, the Nebraska legislature passed a bill to require all Nebraska voters to show a photo ID when voting in elections. Come next month will be the first time that Nebraskans will go through this new process. From now until then, the issue will be making sure everyone has a valid form of Nebraska photo ID, which has seen some hiccups for some certain demographics.
You know, when you're 90 years old, a lot of them do not have their driver's license anymore.
A driver's license is the most common way of showing a photo identification of yourself when needed in certain situations. But like you heard Rhonda Colbert with the Kensington Assisted Living Center say, not everyone has one. Another of many organizations spreading the word to people this may affect is the AARP, which engages with people over the age of 50.
I think people who are on the older end of the scale are most likely maybe to have given up that driver's license, which is one of the reasons we fought for and we're very pleased that in the list of acceptable forms of IDs, an expired driver's license is also still valid to help you be able to vote.
So if you have an old license sitting around in your dresser, that's just one form of photo ID you can use. Other acceptable forms of ID to use this year are U.S. passports, military or tribal IDs, a political subdivision ID, a Nebraska University ID, or in the case of assisted living homes like the Kensington, medical records of their residents can also be used.
My biggest concern about that was HIPAA laws, how much information can they see on these medical records, So I just copied the face sheet off of the medical records and took it over, and they said that'll work perfectly.
All of that deals with voting in person, but for absentee or mail-in ballots, that will also see a change.
On that form will be a place in order for you to put your driver's license number. Now, if you're using a different form of ID to be able to vote, they ask that you make a copy of that photographic ID and include it in the ballot application when you return it via mail or when you drop it off at your county election office.
If you're someone who doesn't have any form of acceptable ID whatsoever, you can acquire a free state ID from your local DMV as long as you have your birth certificate. If you don't have that certificate, you can get a new one also free from the Department of Health and Human Services. This new process may take you some extra time, but the new way to vote is now law.
It was kind of a hassle at first, but once I got to know what I had to do, then it wasn't hard at all. In this little book, it tells you everything you need to get your state ID.
Well, with plenty of acceptable forms of photo ID, if you're wanting to vote, it should still be an easy process to cast your ballot in this year's elections. Reporting for News Channel Nebraska, I'm Ryan Valenta.